All right, so hi guys, it's finally here, my commission question video. Also, if there are any other questions you would like to ask, please put them in the comment box down below. Help the algorithm, help YouTube. Please make sure you are subscribed if you are a returning subscriber, because YouTube is dumb and there's literally nothing I can do about it, but tons of YouTubers are dealing with it, so great. Yeah, want to get that shill out there out of the way so we can get into it, because it's finally time, guys. It's finally, it's here. I've been working on it for so long. I've done so many recordings. I've been doing my research. I've been trying to articulate myself the best I could. I got my paper ASMR here, and let's get into my commission info video. So, by that, I also still don't know what I'm going to title it, like, ooh, you know. But anyway, I have to make it clear that, so a long time ago, because I get commission questions a lot, because I make the majority of my income from freelance work and all of that's like, and my top tier patrons on Patreon, I'm also getting that because of the fact that they get a commission every month. It's a little perk right there, but, and a shameless shill, but it's a fact. And so with that being said, I've been doing this for years. I've technically been doing commissions since high school, but I didn't get, finger quote, big until 2014, 2015-ish. That's right around when I started doing this full time. And I was always doing this off and on throughout things, but I'm going to be talking about this is for commissions for random people online. The random consumer. This is not for how to get in the industry. This is not for how to get into video games. This is not for making merch for people. That's a whole other ballpark. I'm sure there's other videos on YouTube all about it. I know little about it besides have contracts ready, and I haven't done a lot of those to warrant it as much as I have for the freelance, for the random consumer, or we called them like Randies and stuff like that back in the day, because my buddy and I, Empress Kaiju, formerly Aeroflex Dracona, we had a art podcast that we literally made like 2 episodes of, where we were answering questions and doing the hoopla, but it also wasn't that professional. It really wasn't. We were just, you know, having fun and messing around as friends, and we were talking over each other a lot, but it was easier to have. And then my buddy, Anna, deleted it without telling me, so I had a lot of people be like, I had a commission question, but that video link doesn't work. And I'm like, well, that's incentive for me to just finally sit down and do it myself, because that's what people have been asking. So if y'all saw the old podcast, you're probably going to have a lot of the same old, because a lot of it hasn't changed. It's just what I do. But for the new people here, hi. So you want to get into commission making and being a freelance artist. Well, let's get started. So the first thing you really need to do is you need to write a terms of service. This is very important. I've had people ask me if they can copy mine. Go right ahead. Mine came from a bunch of other artists that I followed. And the TOS is something that is used to protect you, the artist. It is information, a terms of service, things that are needed. You know, have an estimated ETA, all the hoopla. I'll have mine linked down below. It's a little outdated. I haven't needed to update it in a long, long time, but it's important, and it is there to save you, the artist. If the commissioner is constantly asking and you don't have a TOS, in my terms of service, pretty much I always say, and in my sheet and everything else, I say that if you agree to commission me, if you want to commission me, you have read it and you have understood it. That is legal jargon to protect the artist over the client, because sadly, we kind of need it, especially when a lot of people throw out there, small claims court and taking people to jail. If you're doing it for less than $100, I wouldn't even go that far. My friend who's a lawyer has said if it's not under like $10,000, it's not even really worth it, because the legal fees are going to eat it up. So TOS helps save you, saves you time, saves you energy. Do people always read it? No, but it's there. So it's meant to protect you. Again, I've seen people have their TOSs on websites and their description boxes on YouTube and links on Twitter. I personally use DA because I don't have my own website. I hope to someday, but your girl not good at coding. I'm not. And I don't have a cool sponsorship from like Squarespace or like Wix or something to, you know, have them hit me out and help out with that. Nothing wrong with those websites. I'm just saying I literally don't yet. Someday, maybe, but for right now, no. Like, I know a lot about 2 artists that I really love. They both use, I believe it's Wix. I could be wrong. But Ashley Zombie and Ink Monster on YouTube. I know that they use their websites for their TOS. And a lot of other people do it that way as well. But I just use DA because I still like DA, even if it's a little iffy right now. But have it there. Link it to people if they ask for it. Very simple, easy. And it saves you so much time and energy. Just trust me, it's going to save you time. Now, the next thing is you need to have a way of getting paid for said commissions. You know, Buy Me a Ko-fi, PayPal, DeviantArt points, Wishlist. There are tons of ways. Venmo, Cash App. Nowadays is pretty much the best time. When I was doing this, it was just PayPal. Because, like, even DeviantArt points couldn't get transferred back over for money. Now, if you have a DeviantArt account, this is not sponsored by DeviantArt, it's just a fact. If you have an account and you have a premium account, they don't take any cut. But if you don't, they take a cut of it. But you need a minimum of $15. They can mail you a check. They can put it in your PayPal or your bank account. Super easy. They will take a cut, though, if you do not have a DeviantArt premium membership. But the cut, it's a lot like instant transfers with banks. And you might be asking, well, Michelle, what if I can't have a PayPal? What if I can't have a bank? Wish lists are your best friends. Because, realistically speaking, if you don't have a bank account, then you probably don't have to worry too much about money. I know it sounds odd and bad, but the average adult has a bank account of some kind. So if you don't have a bank account, make a wish list. Amazon, Steam, Twitch, DA, all that stuff. Make a wish list. Have people do it through there. That way you will get paid for your services. Obviously, if you do wish list stuff, because I've done a couple of wish list commissions, you have to wait to do said commission until, like, the object's in your hand, or you get the copy if it's not a digital thing. Just that way, again, saving you, not the person. That also being said, a lot of people, I know some artists who take payment after the work is done. That's great, but you have, I hate to say it, but it is true, you have such a higher chance of people scamming you. I cannot tell you how many people literally scour the internet for people who will take payment after the work is done. And then when they get, like, the itty-bitty tiny rendered one, they don't care and they take it. And they're like, oh, I don't have the money, bye. And there you go, all the hours, all the work wasted. And I know you want to hope not to be that way, but it's just better to take your payment up front. There are a very, very small select few people that I will take payments up front, or I will wait for payments for them, or I will do payment plans for if it's not a big commission, because I know them personally, or I've known them for a long time, or they are very trusted customers. When you eventually get that customer base, you can start doing that. But until then, you got to save yourself, man. People are going to scam us or undercharge us. It's just kind of a sad fact of life. So next page of the notes here is now the next thing, and I'm going to have examples on screen from my friends. I love supporting my friends. Have a commission sheet. Oh my God, have a commission sheet. There are tons out there and tons of different ways. I boot my lemonade. There are tons of different ways to get them done. Make them look, you can rip someone off perfectly for their formatting or not, do your own thing. You can have them be as long or as small as you want, but you need a commission sheet. You need it because people don't want to read. I hate to say it. People don't want to read. I'm going to have, I haven't had an updated one because I've been in a bad workspace recently. I haven't been able to open commissions to update my sheet. So these, for my sheets, they're a little outdated, but for my friend's sheets, they're the more modern ones. But be clear, be bold, have price tags. Make sure you put, starting price if you have complicated things. Mine is always at starting price because sometimes I have people who have really simplistic characters, and sometimes I have people where the character alone is going to take me an entire day just to do. And that's something else to save you out. You got to put it in the sheet, save it as an image, and place it places. You need to have it on all of your platforms. It's best, I've seen people do this where you have it in a pinned tweet, or like, if you have I know Instagram does the little things where you can favorite something and it goes to your page, so it's the top of your page every time someone clicks on it, something like that. I'm new to TikTok. I don't know if TikTok has something like that, but I know people use TikTok, and I'm, stoopy. But you need to have the sheet, okay? Because people don't want to read, people are lazy, and I know it's mean, but it's a fact. I can't tell you how many times I've had people who I would have a giant DA journal where I would format everything out and I'd have so many options, And I would literally not get commissions because people would be like, yeah, it's a lot, and I don't know what to pick from. So, obviously have like a little asterisk or something where it's like, hey, other commissions ask me, other things ask me, because sometimes I don't do just the basic 1, 2, 3. But sometimes, you know, someone wants something a little different, someone wants something a little special, and I can do that. You can talk it out, but you need to make a sheet of some kind with examples of your most recent artwork, okay? Don't have artwork from like 5 years ago that you're still sadly, and I don't mean it in a bad way, but you're sadly still really proud of. But that's art from 5 years ago. That's not your art now. I'm not saying your art in the sadly way is bad. I'm saying it's kind of manipulating. Because if you have that, people are going to think that's your current style. That's what you're getting right now. Which is also why, if you are a person that improves semi-quickly, like I've been told I am, it's kind of good to make a constant updating commission sheet. I wouldn't go so far as to say every month, but I would say, you know, once a year if you do this full time. If not, and your art style doesn't change that much, if you hit a peak where, like, the most thing that changes is, like, you get anatomy tweaks or coloring tweaks, it's not that big of a difference, then yeah, you could probably keep it and just update the prices as time goes on. Now, people have always asked, how do I charge my art? Now, okay, people are gonna hate me, but it's kind of a fact. I am sick and tired of bigger artists telling younger artists who have no following, don't undersell yourself because it makes me look bad. It's such a dick move, and it bothers the heck out of me because I see them tell these people, and then these poor kids or people starting out, usually it's kids, but there are adults who are starting out, where, you know, their style's not that great. It's not bad, not that great, you know, but they're learning. And they'll have their prices be at, like, you know, it'll take them, like, 6 hours. So they'll be like, my minimum wage plus 6 hours plus time and effort. And you've got a person with very low-level skill charging the same as someone who's been doing this for 15 years. And then you're like, well, art isn't a necessity, so it shouldn't matter. You're right, it shouldn't matter. But sadly, chances are the person's going to pay for the more expensive artwork than the amateur's artwork. It's just a fact of life, and I really wish people would stop talking about that and telling that, because people listen to them. They have super high prices. They're super excited, and they're expecting all this money, and they're gonna get all these clients, and then crickets. Because, and I'm gonna use my own art out here because I don't like comparing it to other people, but I'm gonna have an artwork of mine from 2010, 2012. To an artwork of mine recently with my current prices on each end. And you realistically tell me which one you would rather pay for. Just, that's not me being cocky, that's kind of just how it is. That's how the random person's gonna be. Obviously, there are fans, there are people out there, and I'm not saying, in that sense, I'm not saying do commissions for like $1. But, you know, do it cheaper when you get a fan base, when you get a following, which you will do if you work at it. It's not just going to happen overnight. You do have to work at it. Networking is its whole new job now. But you need to do this, okay? And we need, bigger artists out there. You need to stop telling young people with no following to have the same prices as you because, well, it looks bad on us. Okay? You just need to stop because it's terrible advice, and you're setting these kids up to fail or not get anything. And you know what? In some cases, sometimes people are in a pickle and they really need the money. And they're like, yeah, I'd buy that for like $10. Oh yeah, well you should charge $100 because I charge $100 for that same thing. It's not gonna work the same way, man. And it's kind of sad, but that's just how it is, you know. Or it's the people who are like, that's so under industry standard. Well, yeah, I'm not doing industry commissions. It's usually from randos on the internet. It's from people who want to get their characters done. It's from people who follow me. It's from my friends and family who want like a fan art of something they like. That's what I'm talking about here. I'm not talking about doing a fully done illustration that might be used for concept art in a game. That's completely different pricing. And that is freelance technically, but it's not the freelance I'm talking about. Get it? Okay. There we go. Me being cocky and mean for a minute, but it's true. I would say, take a hard, honest look at your own artwork and honestly tell yourself, would I pay for that? How much would I pay for that? And you gotta be honest. Trust me, every artist out there is going to want to get paid $100 for a sketch. I know I would. I don't charge that for my sketches, but I know I would. Anybody would. It's not how the world works. It's just not. By the way, I mean like a sketch, not like a fully done, like fully rendered, like got shading in it and you're using like different charcoals and stuff. Sketch, I mean like a sketch. Like it's a doodle. Like you did it in less than 5 minutes. Oh, well, you learned how to do it for 10 years, so you can... You're right, and if I have the following behind that and the name to do it, I can sell it for that. That's why people do. But if you don't, then you can't. It's not rocket science. So just follow the rule of would you pay for it. And here's another hard truth that's a little mean, but it's kind of honest. If you tell yourself, well, I wouldn't pay for that because I can do it, because I've heard other artists do that, say that saying, where it's like, oh yeah, I won't commission people. I won't do that because I could do it. Then you shouldn't be doing commissions because you clearly don't value other people's time. I know it's mean, but I've heard it all the time, and I've had bad experiences with it. I've seen other artists who are really cocky who like outright refuse to commission people because they can do it themselves, but then complain openly online or privately about how they're surprised they don't get commissions for their stuff. Just don't be that guy. Work at it, work hard, have fun, and I didn't do this full time until I was doing it consistently. And my art was growing, so more people wanted to get my art. That's just how it is. And it's going to be hard not to compare yourselves to other people. It's going to be hard to be in a tough pickle and be like, man, I wish I was like so-and-so, because if they're in an emergency, they can open up commissions and be fine. Sadly, that's just how networking is. That's how the internet is now. It's not impossible, but you got to work towards it. That's why this is a job. And if not, and you want to do it just for fun and for some things every now and then do that too. So, I hope this was helpful, guys. Let me know down below if there's any questions that I didn't answer that you want to know. I will do my best to answer them, and I will also be linking this video in all of my future videos, so be easier for me to just link to people. Thank you, as always, to my amazing Patreon patrons. The print deal is still going on until December of 2020, so if you want to become a $10 patron or up, you will get a mini print pack sent to you in the mail anywhere in the world until the end of December. I have to shoot that out there. Please see you guys next time. And let's have a better November than we did October and the rest of this year. Love you guys. Bye-bye.